Okay.
Okay, so well, first of all, thanks for having me. Thanks for the interview.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Okay, and well, congratulations on the release of the new album, The Wonders
Thank
Still.
you so much.
So yeah, so it was your first record with Xandria. So can you tell us about your experience recording it, and tell us if you were somehow involved in the songwriting process?
hmm So, yeah, I was sitting with Marco for a lot of the songwriting process of this album. He writes the melody, of course, the music, but yeah, I gave him feedback, ideas, things that I would maybe want to hear in the album when it's fitting. And yeah, so we worked together really nicely like that. And it was an amazing experience. I really loved recording it in the studio, especially because this is where you can really be um, creative, and you add things that you did not think of before. It's a really nice additional face to the songwriting when you record the vocals. So yeah, it was really great process for that album.
And can you remember, well, one song or two that you really put your personality and changed what was going on before, and maybe you did completely changed the way the song, well, become in the end?
Oh, yeah, we actually quite a few songs because we started quite some time ago now, and without having too much that, okay, this is going to be an album in mind. So there was quite some songs a little bit even more diverse, and some a little bit more heavy. For example, the first song we wrote back then was what is now Asteria, and it started like a Cradle of Filth song, but it wasn't for Xandria. But we realized that, okay, this song can actually be a Xandria song. So let's just put more symphonic element and get rid of all the screams. And it turns out even better. Of course, we made the song better, but quite a few were different. Ghost, for example, had a whole verse and chorus and screams when it started. But then we were like, nah, this is a bit I think we can make it better and catchier by mixing it with more cleans. And yeah, so yeah, quite some songs have changed in the end. Super interesting.
Yes, and well, talking a little bit about how you can come to join the band. So,
hmm
how was this process, and were you familiar with symphonic metal, the whole scene and the band?
hmm So yeah, I started listening to metal music a long time ago now, about 11 years old, and I started with Nightwish, with Temptation, and then I discovered Xandria a bit later, and I actually really like the band since I discovered them long time ago. And then a lot of years passed by, school time, university, blah blah blah. I was in the music business around in the metal scene. um, I had quite some connection, some contact, and I knew Marco from before already. And we started during the break of Xandria to write for fun and having a little side project on the songs. That's why I said like Asteria was the first song back then, and it was like a Cradle of Filth kind of song. Like we did stuff we really liked, and at some point he was working on the Xandria songs already, and figured that, okay, those songs could actually potentially be Xandria songs once we make more of an orchestral symphonic vibe to it. And then I was singing the demos. He really liked it, so then he asked me if I wanted to be the new singer then.
Ah, okay. Well, that's interesting. And well, uh, your lyrical voice, well, I think that it
hmm
fits the band perfectly. So, how would you classify your vocal range? For example, soprano, mezzo soprano, and which other female symphonic metal singers would you compare yourself to in this way?
To be honest, I have not really an idea of if I'm a soprano, high soprano, mezzo, um, because I never studied classical. music or classical singing. I always I work with a vocal coach for many, many years now, but we are never. He's more of a rock. Before that, I had more pop. So I never really had that kind of classification. But yeah, I think I have maybe a bit lower voice than some of the traditional thing, like symphonic metal singer that started, maybe. And my comfortable range is a bit more pop, but I can also go very high now. So yeah, I think I have quite a wide range. And yeah, Floor, I would never compare myself to Floor. She's really flawless, but can do the same better. But yeah, she can go very low and extremely high. She can scream. So if ever, maybe I'm a bit closer to that kind of style than someone else, for example.
Okay, okay. And well, you are from Greece, right? Which not
Uh,
yeah, which
I'm half French, half Greek. Yes.
okay, yeah. But you were raised on Greece,
No, in France actually.
France. Okay, okay, okay. So, well, talking about these two particular countries that you are
Mhm.
connected with, well, I don't know if maybe France is more a heavy metal country than Greece, but how do you see the two heavy metal scenes in these two countries?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, Actually, there's not a big metal scene in France, unfortunately. It's not great for metal. Unless you play there, then it's really good. The audience is great, but this is not in the culture. In Greece, also not that much. I think the metal scene is growing in Greece, and of course there are concerts and things, and people are eager. And I see more metal people in Greece than in France, actually.
Mm.
But I live in Germany, and in Germany, it's a complete different thing. Metal people are everywhere here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's quite a contrast between the three.
Yes, and well, Xandria has had well a couple of female vocalists throughout its history. So, do you find
Mhm.
it is challenging to establish your own image within the band? What's your strategy to overcome this situation?
Yeah, that's a good question. Of course, in the beginning, I was a little bit anxious because of also my voice was quite different than the last two singers, official
Yes.
singers, being mainly classical operatic vocals, and the band did not want that anymore. So yeah, that I was a little bit anxious that I would not be received maybe as nicely, but actually, yeah, it worked out really well. I think the song that we chose first was quite the essence of Xandria, the reborn song. So
Yes.
I think it was a good choice for saying, look, we are still, the essence is here, even though the vocals are a little bit different now. And yeah, but I think actually it went pretty smoothly and I was accepted quite easily. I had my moments of course, being anxious when you read negative things and yeah, that attacks towards you directly, it can drag you down a little bit. So it wasn't that easy in the very beginning, but overall, I realized that actually it went quite smoothly if you see the big picture.
Yeah, well, saying for myself, I really appreciated the record. So it was
Thank you.
amazing start for you in the band. So
Thank you. Thank you
yes,
so much.
so as you said, your voice is well, it's different from the previous vocalists. So
Hmm.
how was it? How is for you to sing the old songs? Do you try to like imitate or do your own stuff?
Hmm. Yeah, I do a bit of both. I think because the song has that kind of the essence of the song is matching. Some parts are really matching with the classical vocals, I think, and I want to keep it this way. Like if you see Nightfall, I sing the verse more in a little bit poppy, a little bit more with my comfortable range, and I do my own thing, and I really love it. I think it fits quite well without disturbing the song. And but the chorus, for example, I would not imagine singing it in a more pop way. I think the classical there is necessary to give the song what it needs. And yeah, so I really enjoy doing the more operatic classical vocal on the chorus. So I always do. Valentine is the same. I keep the chorus classical and the little C part when it goes high, of course, for those little highlights that people I know like, and me too. But the rest I do it my way, a little bit more in my own range, in my own style, with my own colors. So yeah, it's a mixture.
Mm. Okay, and is there any of these old songs that you think that were the most challenging ones to reinterpret?
Valentine is difficult. It's really difficult. I think this is the hardest song of the band, and of course it's a fan favorite, so I have to perform it. But yeah, it's a tricky one.
Okay, and well, I checked in your Instagram that you went to see Nightwish concerts, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
So
always.
yeah, so well, I'm a big fan too of Nightwish. So maybe you can share some thoughts about the band, maybe your favorite records. Uh,
Hmm.
well,
Yeah. Yeah, I love this is Nightwish is one of my favorite bands ever. And yeah, I started metal with them, so they mean a lot to me. And they are also a big inspiration. Also in Xandria, Marco also is a big fan. And yeah, it's hard in symphonic metal not to be influenced by Nightwish, whether you want it or not, because they do it so well. And they have that magic that no one else has. I don't know how they do it, but they have that Nightwish magic touch that make them so special that nobody else have. So yeah, for me, they mean a lot. And maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but one of my favorite albums from them is actually the Dark Passion Play.
wow, I really like that album.
Okay, that's good, because I think sometimes people are like, really?
A Poet and the
uh,
Pendulum is well
yeah, it's
amazing.
completely incredible. Yeah, and I do. Flo is so amazing and impressive, but I do have a little thing for Annette because she has such a unique voice, and I think it was working so well on those songs, the soft side, and yeah. So I really like that the Dark Passion Play album.
Oh, that's interesting. And what about the other, other bands from symphonic metal scene that are similar to Xandria? Do you have any favorites, any favorite bands or records?
I'm a big Delane fan,
Okay.
and yeah, it's good that we are actually friends with them. So we
Yes.
it's nice to yeah, to be together and to plan tours together. I think it's working really well. Yeah, we will definitely announce more stuff coming up with Delane. So, and I really truly love them since their first album, and the new album I think is maybe one of their best. So yeah, they are truly in my heart.
Yes. Well, I hope you and Delane, please, well, maybe you can plan to come to South America.
Would be so amazing. We are actually, I mean, both of our bands are talking about it and planning, but together, of course, it would be quite something. But maybe it won't happen that it's both together, but Xandria is definitely trying to make that happen. We will come to South America. It's just quite slow, the process of it all, for some reason.
Ah, okay. Well, I hope you can manage.
Yeah,
So,
me too.
talking a little bit more about some, let's say, music business stuff. Well, nowadays
Oh.
there are that now, yeah, because nowadays we have various many platforms for musicians to monetize their work, right? Like
Hmm.
such as Patreon, for example. What's your thoughts about the musicians joining these kind of platforms? You think you are comfortable in joining one of them?
I think it's a good thing because it's a lot of work that the singers are doing behind the scene. You know, there's more to it than just, okay, we gotta record this, like the official kind of, okay, there's recording of the album, then there is the shooting of the video. There's a lot happening in the background that you don't get paid for. And I think working a little bit extra like that to share this kind of work with the fans, it's nice that they can get some kind of compensation for that and helping them continue what they like doing. So this is really a clever thing to do. And of course, it opens a connection and a proximity with the fans. And yeah, this is a really nice thing. I'm just not sure I could for now dedicate so much time to it and so much, because I do with Xandria right now, there's so much things to do because we are not stopping. We really want to have a strong, comeback and continue making music. I think this is the most important thing. So this is taking a lot of time. We did not stop. There's more coming, and planning, videos to shoot, always more. And I'm trying to have other ideas. So yeah, I'm focusing on trying to build the band up again, and yeah, especially share the music because we have much more to offer, I think. So yeah, I think for now this is maybe not a good idea for me. I'll be too overwhelmed.
Yes.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah. Well. Yes. And well, in August, right? You are going to join Camelot in the world tour, right?
Yeah.
The North American tour. So,
Yeah.
well, I'm always curious about Camelot because they made their way through symphonic metal with a male vocalist that is not common.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
what do you think about the band, your favorite records?
Yeah, I used to really like Camelot. I used to really like them. Now a little bit less, but there are of course still some songs that they released that are really good. And my last favorite album was what's the name of the album with the Veil of Elysium and Insomnia? Is it even called like this? Crap.
It,
Wait, I need
the
to check
Haven,
quickly. Yes.
it's
No,
Haven
wait. Is
album,
it?
or no? It was not the.
Yeah, The Haven. Yeah, you're right. Oh my God,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm confused with the new one. Yeah, The Haven. This
yeah.
one I really enjoyed. And then yeah, I wasn't listening too much to Camelot anymore. We all have phases, but they were always strong in what they do. Really, they do it extremely well. So yeah, it's a big band. It's a big band in this genre, and it's amazing to be able to tour with them.
Yes. And well, Amber, please leave a final message to our Brazilian fans and hope to see you on
Mm-hmm.
the road.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for all your positive and supportive messages that I always get from the Brazilian fans. They're amazing, and I cannot wait to see them in front of me, and also having that passion that they bring at the show in the crowd. So yeah, we are working on it, and I hope it happens sooner than later. And thank you for the interview.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Bye. You too.